in the exercise dark sky. The National Guard will also canvass the area, making door-to-door health and welfare checks.
They will only be asking preparedness questions. They won't be coming into the house, and they won't be collecting any personal information at all.
Amro believes this is a great opportunity.
This lady is an angel. My God. Did the government tell you to say that? If, you know, oh, okay, never mind. You're not an angel.
What happens if my power would be out for 24, 48, 72 hours, or maybe 37 days?
The National Guard and other agencies in Wisconsin will test its preparedness and communication in 5 northeast Wisconsin counties over 3 days in Midway.
Oh, wow. This should be interesting. Very interesting.
The exercise, called Dark Sky, will simulate a long-term mass power outage. With 5 in response to possible threats against their power grid, Nolan Blair shows us what will take place.
This exercise does not mean an attack against our power sources is imminent. Rather, authorities say it's to
ensure that responders are prepared for long-term power outages.
That includes responders from federal, state, and local levels, encompassing private utility groups, the FBI, and fire departments.
The what-ifs is what we're trying to do, is fill in those spots for the what-ifs.
No homes will lose power, but simulations will take place. In Outagamie County, those scenarios will involve mass casualty to hazardous waste to natural gas.
We've got our private providers out there. We've got our partnerships out there that we're all testing and ensuring that we can communicate. We're ensuring that how do we support each other in a time of need?
It'll be all hands on deck here in Amro with the police, fire department, and the Red Cross taking part in the exercise Dark Sky. The National Guard will also canvass the area, making door-to-door health and welfare checks.
They will only be asking preparedness questions. They won't be coming into the house, and they won't be collecting any personal information at all.
Amro believes this is a great opportunity,
so that we all have a full understanding of what an exercise like this will take for our community.
In the Fox Valley, Nolan Blair, Action 2 News.
Let's get down to the nitty-gritty, or whatever you want to call it. I'm here for a reason. I said I was going to take today off, but posting videos really ain't. You know, when I get something that comes to me, you know, it's like whatever, it's easy to do. So, this will be the simulation of mass power outage. The Wisconsin National Guard full-scale training exercise, Dark Sky, May 15th through 17th. Brown, Calumet, Dane, Fond du Lac, Milwaukee, Outagamie, and Winnebago counties. Now you know where it's at. Utility companies, law enforcement, first responders will be part of the power outages. So it's not just going to be military. It's going to be, it says law enforcement, first responders will be part of the power outage simulation. The what ifs, we're trying to fill in those spots. The what ifs. Alright. We got a drill coming for a Black Sky event. I gave you the details, but here's what they're not going to tell you. Here's the deeper aspect of it that I mean, you mean to tell me that Puerto Rico 1 week ago that wasn't basically a part of this operation? You mean to tell me Fayetteville, North Carolina, when their power went out, that wasn't a part of the operation? Keep in mind, all this I'm mentioning happened within 1 week. Just a week ago, starting April 18th, the entire week. You mean to tell me also First Colony Mall in Texas, their lights went out? And the funny thing is, in Fayetteville, North Carolina, when the lights went out, they blamed Duke Energy, right? We're blaming Duke Energy because they didn't do such a good job. And keep in mind, with Puerto Rico, the lights went out right before hurricane season. Very, very interesting. But in First Colony Mall, it's like unknown cause while the lights went out. Unknown cause, we don't know. But I got something to tell you right here. Let's take it down. Let me tell you this. Listen to this, though. Thomas sent me this message. JW, I work for a power company as their jet mechanic. All the power in America is controlled by the federal government. There are 3 grids, the Western, Central, and Eastern grid, and EMP wouldn't even cause a BIP on their gauges. There's 500,000 volts moving through these lines. Nothing anywhere could affect it. The only way the power goes out is if they order it. Yeah, sure, sometimes a lightning bolt causes a power breaker to kick, but it's easily fixed, or somebody hit a transformer. We know those things happen. So basically, that's come from somebody who worked as a jet mechanic working for power companies, telling you that they set up a lot of these operations, which basically Operation Dark Sky is just happening. Yeah, right. The sheep just don't know. And I'm just letting you know, and not just calling everybody a sheep, you know. I'm just trying to inform everybody here. So 35,000 customers out of light when Fayetteville hit, right? But that wasn't an operation. All that happened last week, all of that wasn't an operation. Don't worry about it. You know, the power just went out for some reason. You know, the funny thing is, even when you go to their website, their personal website, they say they're public and private. You know, they're public and private, basically running public and private operations. But we're so private, we're so public and private at the same time. We're just private, public people, you know. Here you go, right here. Let's show you this real quick. Right there. What does it say? The relationship developed between Wisconsin Department of Military Affairs and private utilities in Wisconsin during the previous exercise have further honed public-private response capabilities and laid the groundwork for continued success in dark sky exercise. What do they mean by that? Laid the groundwork. What do they mean by public-private? What do they mean? It's just one they're saying publicly. But the reason why they don't want to say stuff publicly, why? Because people freak out and they don't want people freaking out. So they also talk about mass casualty. But what we need to really address here, this is what we really need to address. They're going to be coming door to door, and she said they're going to be asking preparedness questions. And wasn't we just talking about the people who sent by FEMA, the civilians? They're going to be basically snitching on you, telling what type of items you got, but they don't even know they're snitching. So basically, they're going to become asking preparedness questions, can lead down to them finding all types of information about you, right? All about what do you have in your house? How do you know how to prepare? Are you potentially ready? Or are you potentially not? And if you're potentially not, it makes it a lot easier. A lot easier for them. So we're going to have the National Guard setting up camp, huh? Riding through with the big military trucks and stuff like that. And this is, like I said, we already named the dates this is going to happen. In Wisconsin, we named the areas, the locations. You know, let's see, what would I do if I was hearing about this was happening? Myself, would freaking catch a hotel or something and get out of town for just the time they're doing it. Am I saying that they're preparing because they know something? Yes. Am I saying that they're capable of anything? Yes. We've seen too much in the past. I don't care what nobody says. It's just the people understand how they work and how they operate. Every time it's a drill, right, we always hear about something happening later or the same day. That's just reality. That's just the proof of reality. And if you don't get that reality, then you may be caught by surprise. So what I'm saying here is that they've been running this operation for a while. And it's funny because when we called them out on it last year, they wanted to push it back. But immediately following their pushback, they did it like 2 weeks or 3 weeks right after. And I had all these people on the internet like, yeah, EMP, whatever you talking about, EMP was coming, nothing happened. And all that stuff. And I'm like, I never actually said EMP, I said power outage. So, you know what I'm saying? I've done a video on you preparing for EMP, so you can look at that. I mean, having your items and stuff. And somebody said, Steven, how do we contact each other outside of YouTube? And I said, look, HAM radios, but we also know with HAM radios, which is amateur radio, they probably can detect signals. I'm pretty sure they got high-tech technology. So that's something else we have to potentially think about. So we don't want to just HM radio it, you know. And the other way I know that we can connect is I can't personally say it right here, right now. I can't give you that info right here, right now while we're listen, here on YouTube. You know, it's just some stuff you just can't give out. You know, that's just something I can't give out right now. I know what you're saying, but we do need to organize. This is our time right now to do these things. People don't understand that, though. So, yeah. I would say if you really want to know something like that, if you're really interested in us contacting each other outside of this, you would definitely have to get with me separately. Don't telegraph nothing, though. Don't tell me when you're coming, all this stuff. You know, don't tell me the areas you're at. And I really appreciate every last one of you. You've been telling me like locations and stuff you want me to come to, but don't telegraph anything online. Why? Because they track it with their central data system. And that just makes it easier for them, you know. Like we talk about an exodus, people have to be smart with this exodus. So, and that's just a part of this whole little game plan. Most people not prepared for, you know, lights going out for 5 days. People aren't even prepared for lights going out 6 days. So, but these people flipping a switch and potentially the ones who cause every false flag that we go through and blame somebody else, that's a highly probability as well. We're just laying out everything that's the truth right now and just staying informed, because this is what I'm here for. And I'm here for every last one of you, Christian or not, whatever you are, you're joining in this community. We're coming to the light together. We're seeing that, you know, this system together wants to destroy us all. So if they want to destroy us all together, why don't we all come together and figure out how to penetrate their systems? You know, we got to be smarter. It's just a backlash, upbringing, high spirituality, I would say as well. I wouldn't say leave spirituality out, but I also would say prep. But spirituality is a great way to penetrate these people. But sometimes spirituality, these people keep using their freaking demons and using them to chop people up or kill people if they want to. So sometimes it just doesn't work for people. Peace doesn't work for everybody, right? So that's why we prepare. And we don't let these evil people manipulate us down to believe in what they've ultimately tried to do, is conquer us. Because they fear us. And that's the truth. They fear God-loving people of the true and living God. Not the guy who wants you to sacrifice babies and do all that stuff. So anyway, that's just the heads up. That's the info. Steven Jackson, JWTV. Thanks for tuning in. Subscribe, click the bell. I'll be back for more.